can pose threats to the entire nation, which wasn't true before, shouldn't lead us to narrow unduly our ability to defend America.
Thank you. Yield back.
The distinguished gentleman from Florida, Attorney Bob Wexler.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I first want to thank you, Chairman Conyers, for aggressively pursuing the issue of torture and the potentially abusive interrogation practices and detainee abuse practiced by this administration. Simply put, in my view, torture is antithetical to who we are as Americans, and how we respond to allegations of the illegal use of torture defines the character of our nation. I also, Mr. Ashcroft, Mr. Attorney General, want to commend you for your willingness to appear before this committee. I think it says a lot about you in a positive way. I want to follow, Mr. Attorney General, Mr. Nadler's question to you, if I could. If I understand it correctly, Mr. Nadler asked, are you aware whether Abu Dhabi was waterboarded before August 2002? And you answered you didn't know. In your testimony, you had indicated that Mr. Zabuda was captured in March 2002. The Department of Justice Inspector General report on the FBI's role in the interrogation makes clear that he was interrogated beginning in March of that year. So the question I would like to offer you, was the interrogation of Mr. Zabuda before August 2002, from March until August, done with or without the Department of Justice's legal approval?
I don't know. I don't know if it was done without the opinion which was issued on the 1st of August, and I don't know what other kinds of activity there would have been.
So from March to August, did you offer any legal approval of the interrogation methods used at that time?
I don't have any recollection of doing so.
And did anyone else at the Department of Justice offer?
I don't know.
Did you provide anybody at the White House or the CIA or the Defense Department prior to August in 2002 with any instructions or advice regarding waterboarding, hypothermia, or any enhanced interrogation techniques? Did you tell anybody at the White House, the Defense Department, or the CIA that those actions do not violate the Anti-Torture Act or any other federal criminal law?
If I had a recollection about that, it would be classified communication and outside the guidelines of what I could answer.
Did any other attorney, to your knowledge, at the Justice Department provide advice to those people prior to August 2002?
I think my answer should be the same as it was before.
Okay. Let's move on. News reports describe detailed meetings in the White House Situation Room at which interrogation methods were discussed and in some cases apparently demonstrated. It's reported that you attended those meetings. Is that accurate?
Let me just say that I attended a lot of meetings in the Situation Room. I don't know if I attended those meetings, but I attended a lot of meetings there. They were all classified, and I will not comment on the meetings.
Well, two different accounts place you at the meetings. ABC News reports they have a quote from you saying, quote, "History will not judge this kindly." And journalist Jane Mayer quotes you as saying, quote, "History will not treat us kindly." Did you make those statements about history and the judgment of history?
Any statement I did or did not make or would not make in a classified setting, I would not comment on. I'm appalled that so much seems to be available from classified settings. This town leaks like a sieve. I think the easiest job in the world would be to be a spy against America.
Well, I'm appalled too. But from what we know, it was only yourself, Secretary Rice, the Secretary of Defense, the head of the FBI, the CIA that were in the rooms. So that's all reportedly and possibly the vice president. So it's not just ancillary people. Can you tell us who was in those meetings? Was the president in the meeting? Just a yes or no?
I will not tell you who was in the meetings. I will not comment on meetings that were classified. I think it would be for me to break the law to do so, and I want to cooperate with the committee, but I don't want to break the law in doing so, and I don't want to be invited to break the law before the committee.
I'm not asking you to break the law.
I've been making this statement on a regular basis. I just want you to know that the consistency of my answer is not my attempt to be obdurate or less than cooperative, but it is my persistence in wanting to respect the law.
Sure. Apparently, Mr. Attorney General, you were specifically uncomfortable with what the principals at that meeting were doing or were being asked to do. To your credit.
Maybe he's breaking.
Do you think I would want to break the law if I thought it was to my credit?
No.
Well, then I'm not going to answer. I mean, with all due respect, Congressman,
Time of the gentleman has expired.
Thank you.
The only ex-attorney general we have in the Congress is Dan Lundgren. I'm pleased to present him to you at this time.
Actually, Congressman Udall would be very upset for you to say that, but that brings up a point. I would just like to say that the enhanced stature with which you are now observed by members of both sides of the aisle